Well, hello, hello. It is casserole time again. Thank you for joining me on the Sisters Trust. I've been trying to make things for my family so that if I'm not around, they can still have something good to eat. So this morning's casserole is going to be what I call my French toast casserole special. You kind of name it whatever you want to. So it's when you take whatever type of bread. Like I have a friend, she used like sourdough bread at the bottom of hers. And I had some wheat bread. And so what I did was I just made them up into little chunks and everything. And so I'm going to make it really simple. Let me turn this around a little bit so you can see. So with this, I wanted to have a little bit of sweetness, but if they don't want to add any syrup to their breakfast, then it have a good taste enough that they don't really need all that. So to do my little extra, I'm gonna get like a little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar. You can kind of judge on how sweet you want to make yours. So I'm just pouring a little bit of sugar because I just want enough. That's probably a little bit too much. Hold on. Make sure your bowl is dry because you have to put some back. So I'm just get about this much sugar. And then I kind of like to make sure everything put back up as I go. I'm going to get a little bit of cinnamon. So it kind of reminds me, you know how you used to like bake your cinnamon bread in the oven, you know, with a little bit of butter and cinnamon and everything. So this is going to kind of be a little bit of the same. So I'm going to sprinkle me a little bit of cinnamon. And I'm going to mix that up. Just enough to get kind of like that little dusty brown look to it. And remember, this is quick and easy. That's it. And all I want to do is I want to sprinkle it across my bread because this is going to be an overnight setting dish. Now, I would say when I do my, just sprinkle what you think you need it, and then if you don't need the rest, disregard it. Which means I used a little bit too much. I didn't really have to use this much. I just want to have just a little taste of it on it. Just enough to sprinkle it. Okay, I'm going to move that to the side. Now, I want to use, since I wanted more of a sweet dish, I want to use a little bit of condensed milk because I like using 2 cups of milk. So, oh, here it is. I'm going to use a little bit of condensed milk. Well, you could tell this is, here you go. You know how you have all these tools, but do you actually use them? But as you see, I'm not a can opener professional. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a cup of this condensed milk. And so it's going to give that little bit of that sweetness to it. And since I used 2 cups of milk, I'm going to use a little bit of my plant-based almond milk. So you can use the condensed milk, you can use almond milk, you can use regular milk. It's whatever your preference is. And being that I'm going to put this in my refrigerator overnight, it's just going to let everything soak. Now, if you're trying to make it the same day, you can do the same day, but my suggestion would be when you put in your milk and everything onto the bread, let it sit for at least 30 minutes so it could give it a chance to take in that bread, to take in that moisture of the milk product, okay? Okay, in that mixture, I'm going to add 4 eggs in that. And I'm gonna get a little bit of that mixture that I had and just put it in, just a little bit in my, like 2 sets, little sprinkles in that mixture. And I'm just gonna beat it. Because like I said, what I like to do is my husband, he travels. And so what I want to do, just surprise him, I'm going to make this breakfast. And then what I'm going to do is, in tomorrow morning, I'm going to take it out and let it sit for like 30 minutes. And then I'm going to bake it for like an hour. I'm going to check it in 1 hour on the temperature of 350 in my oven. So all these different seasonings should be really embedded in my bread because it's going to sit overnight. So you can really let this sit for from anywhere from 30 minutes to 24 hours. But I'm going to put it in the refrigerator is what I'm going to do. So what I decided to do is I'm going to have sausage with a little bit of onion in it. So I'm getting ready to go over here and I'm going to saute my onions and sausage. Now when you make it other casseroles, you could do all kinds of stuff, but this one I want to have like a breakfast. So if they decide they want to have a little bit of syrup, or if they just want to eat it just like it is, that it would have a good sweetness to it. Okay, so that's the goal. I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to also use 1 bag of cheddar cheese. So what I'm going to do is once I saute my things, I'm going to let it cool down because I don't want to put it in hot on my bread and then pour my egg mix. I want everything to be at room temperature when I pour my eggs across, because then I'm going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator until the next morning. Okay? So as you can see, I'm over here sauteing my sausage and onions just to get it cooked up, because I'm going to put this inside my dish, my breakfast dish, so it could be really, really good. So now I done pretty much got through with sauteing my onions and my sausage. So now I just want to cut this other one. So now I just want to chop them up just a little bit so that could be in little smaller chunks. They don't have to be really little because you want to taste that you got product in. And so you see how I have my French toast, my homemade French toast. So now what I'm going to want to do is go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle this across my bread. And I'm going to let it sit and cool. That way when I add my egg mixture and my cheese, I don't want it to be melting right away. I want to put it in the refrigerator and let everything soak, and I want to bake it in the morning. So now I'm going to get my spoon that got the little ridges in it so that it can lose any extra, excess fat or anything that I don't want in this dish. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle it across my dish. Making sure every area got something that covers this. And by the way, this is a pound of sausage. Okay. And like a quarter of a big onion cut. Move my rice out the way. Already been cooking dinner for today too. Okay, so just make sure it's all moved around. Let you guys see. See, it's all intertwined with my bread and everything. I just mix it all together. So I'm going to get my, like I said, egg mix, and I'm putting my 8 ounces pack of cheese on there. So I'm probably going to pour I'm probably pour in the mix first and then put the cheese on there. And then, like I said, I'm going to cover it with foil and put it in the fridge. Depending on how long this video is I might be actually able to put a picture of how it looks without them picking a picture for me. And you'll see it tomorrow once I bake it. All right, thank you for joining me on the Sisters Trust. This is another quick and easy cooking. Quick and easy cooking. This is a French toast casserole. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.